What's going on, Chemical Guys family? Thanks so much for tuning in for today's episode of Detail Garage. This is a 1978 Chevy El Camino, and as you can see, we're going to be doing a polishing video showing you guys how to restore neglected as well as classic paint. This isn't original, but it's very close to being original paint because it's quite old, and as you can see, it's got a ton of scratches and swirls, water spot staining, and a lot of oxidation. So today, we're gonna go through a quick process of how to revive it and also how to protect it. So let's get started. As I mentioned, this is older paint. It's actually single stage, and as you can see, it's very neglected. But since it's single stage, we want to take precaution and remove the least amount of material because if you're unaware, single stage means that you have your base coat or your color mixed in with the clear coat rather than having a base coat and then a clear coat sprayed on top, meaning that it's going to be a little bit less and you have to be more precautious. And also on your pad, you're going to notice a little bit of that paint transfer. So to do just a very light polish, but also to jewel the paint, we're going to be using the combination of V36 and V38. Using our TORQ 15DA because it's going to give us plenty of time to break down the polish that we're working with and get the best results. So we're going to start by placing our orange HexLogic pad onto the backing plate, centering it as best as we can. There we go. And then we'll apply 5 dime-sized dots of V36. This is a cutting polish. And this gently removes any kind of light water stains, scratches and swirls, oxidation, and anything else that is dulling your paintwork. And we'll just open the spout. And a dime size is about the size of 1 hex. And a common question we get is how much product to apply and also how often to use pad conditioner. You want to use it as necessary. So working in a panel or a section about 2 foot by 2 foot, you'll reapply the product. And then for the first and also as needed, you'll apply pad conditioner, just a couple sprays. And what this does, it helps to moisten the pad, which helps to add longevity to the foam, but also this resists any kind of dusting from the product, giving you the best results overall. So we're gonna start by dabbing it out onto the small section here. And whenever you're polishing, you want to keep in mind a few things. One being to keep the pad completely flat at all times, meaning that the entire face of your pad is contacting the surface that you're working on. If it should dip or dive, or if it's digging in, it's going to slow down the pad, which is going to reduce your results, or if it stops completely, it's not going to be removing any of those scratches and swirls. It's just going to be vibrating across the surface, and it's just a waste of time overall. So you want to make sure that it's completely flat at all times. So an easy way to do that is to place your hand on the vehicle this way, and then keep yourself centered with the panel, and also to keep it from side to side motion. Keep your thumb right above the analog screen. This will keep you from dipping too much to one side or the other. But now we're going to turn the machine on, and on the lowest speed setting, we're going to spread this out, and then on the highest speed setting, we're going to break it down until it goes basically translucent or clear, and then we can check our work. And you see, just like that, by working the polish down until it's gone basically translucent or clear, we can work our way and start buffing it off to check our work. Using a clean microfiber towel, we'll just wipe away any of the excess, what very little there is left. And already there's a tremendous result, but that's because single stage is not necessarily soft, but it's a lot easier to work with than harder paints. And that's why it's important to protect it, to absorb those scratches and prevent the paint from getting harmed. Now, as I was polishing, you probably noticed that I was polishing using a cross-hatching pattern, and also I was covering about 50% of my last pass. This way you get a uniform shine and also no kind of holograms or tiger stripes. You want to move about 1 inch per second, meaning that's your arm speed, so about this fast or maybe even a little slower, to properly let the polish break down and give you the best results overall. Now, even though this looks fantastic on its own, we're going to go over it one last time using V38 final polish with a white HexLogic pad. That's really going to jewel the finish and enhance that depth. Now, in the same manner that we used our orange HexLogic pad with V36, we're going to be using a white HexLogic pad with V38. So So start by centering on the backing plate, and this will prevent the pad from being off balance, which would cause a vibration or give you improper results. And now we'll take our V38 final polish, which doesn't contain any abrasives, but it does have a chemical cleaner that helps to refine the finish without using any kind of fillers or oils. And this is just the best way to jewel the paint for that final step and really bring out the lustrous shine and show off your work. This is also a great way to get rid of any kind of holograms or tiger stripes for that best finish overall. Add a little bit of pad conditioner. Just a couple sprays because you don't want to sling the product or have the overly moistened pad. But the same process, we'll just dab it out, working in about a 2 foot by 2 foot section. And then on the lowest speed setting, we'll spread it out, and on the highest speed setting, we're going to break that down. Now lastly, we'll take our clean microfiber towel and just wipe away any of the excess. Again, checking our work. And a pro tip, if you're worried about scratching sensitive surfaces while you're wiping anything off the surface, just use a little bit of your favorite quick detail spray to moisten the towel that you're using, and then just with light pressure wipe away any spent product or dust or messes. Now, I'm sure you guys can tell that there has already been a huge transformation with just 2 products, and it was relatively quickly. It only took a few minutes, but we're still going to take that tape off to show you guys the before and after. Then we're going to work our way around the rest of this vehicle to get the same result, and then we're going to protect it to prevent any kind of future oxidation, scratches, and any kind of imperfections. So you can already see there, depth and gloss, and then this muted gray, almost brownish finish from all the years of scratches and swirls, water spots, and oxidation. And there's no fillers or kind of gloss enhancers in the polish, so I'll show you, even if you were to wipe across, that's simply just the polish refining the finish, removing those scratches and swirls, and adding depth. So now that we have the paint looking fantastic, it's deep and glossy, we want to protect it. But before we move on to the protectant, we're going to ensure that there's no more body oils or any kind of polishing residue left behind using wipeout. Simply spray a little bit onto a clean microfiber towel. This is a brand new Workhorse microfiber towel, and we'll just start wiping the surface. And this will strip away any kind of polishing residues, anything that may have been left on the surface, as well as old or degrading layers of sealant and wax to reveal a fresh surface. And this is going to ensure the best bond overall. This means that you're not coating any kind of junk that would prevent a long-lasting bond. This gives you a true finish. And you may have noticed down here that we also polished this. In smaller areas or intricate sections, you can hand polish these using the same procedures with a smaller pad or even a clean microfiber towel to give you the same shine overall. So now that this is clean, and we're going to move on to our protectant. And we've chosen to go with HydroSlick, which is going to act as a sacrificial barrier that repels any kind of harsh elements, UV rays, dust and messes, and it's also going to enhance the gloss, giving you that ceramic finish. And it's very easy to use. Simply shake up the bottle, and this is a hand-applied only product. I know many of you have asked if you can use this with a machine, but it's just best to use an applicator pad to coat the entire surface, giving you the best finish overall. And 4 dots is plenty. We'll just start by dabbing it out, just like we did with our polish. And a little bit goes a long way. As you can see, even just with 4 dots, it's going to cover the entire tailgate. And I'm going to use that same cross-hatching pattern to ensure that we have covered the entire surface without leaving any kind of high spots. We get the uniform protection and shine. And this will start bonding immediately, so it only takes about 30 seconds, maybe even up to a minute, depending on the climate and weather. But after that, you just take a clean towel and wipe off the excess. Now you can use HydroSlick on any surface that's gloss painted, shiny, or clear. So obviously you can use it on your paintwork, you can use it on your glass, your chrome and stainless, to give you that protection as well as that enhanced gloss. So guys, while this is securing, I'm gonna start working my way around the rest of the vehicle, but in the meantime, you guys can check out all these products on our website, chemicalguys.com, or your local detail garage. If you like today's video, be sure to drop a comment down below. Also, for anything else you guys wanna talk about, drop your comments down there and we'll try and get those in the next video, and we'll see you guys next time.